So this is my family and I on Christmas Eve last year. We were over at my grandmother's house when my brother suddenly yells out, "Mad catch!" Out of instinct, I reach my right hand up. Then I freeze. My father is staring dead at my right hip, exactly where my new tattoo is located, the one he doesn't know about, and he looks pissed. You see, my dad and I have been made homies since day one. My mom even used to call me by his name sometimes growing up. That's how similar we were. Same sense of humor, logical thought process, eating habits, beliefs, views, everything. We were pretty much inseparable. But I grew up and my beliefs on bigger social issues started to differ from my father's. I believed women could be sexual before marriage. I believed her life didn't have to revolve around kids she didn't have. These were things my father didn't necessarily agree with, but he was still my dad. So rather than disappoint him, I just lied or didn't talk about it. Clearly, my father and I didn't agree on tattoos. He hated them, I had just gotten one. Worst of all, he didn't even know I wanted one. I thought when I told him I'd be in control of the situation, peel the band-aid off slowly. Well, the band-aid's ripped to shreds and now I have to face my very angry father. Naturally, I was scared. I was gonna stand on my own beliefs, be in my own corner. I was gonna have to explain that I was an adult and I had my own rights. I was finally gonna be stepping out from under my father's wings for the first time, and I had to face my own dad. Now, I knew he was gonna be livid, but nothing could have prepared me for what he actually said the next morning. Without a hello or anything, he marches into my room and states, "You can't get a tattoo. They make women look trashy and like whores." I was absolutely shook. He'd never spoken to me like that before. I had to be the adult now. I had to handle the situation with respect and dignity because clearly he wasn't going to. I took a deep breath, looked my father in the eye, and said that was disrespectful. You basically just called your only daughter a whore. You can't blatantly disrespect someone just because they're different from you. You can disagree with me, but you can't call me a whore and expect me not to say anything. The conversation that proceeded didn't go very well. He claimed I wasn't listening, and I had disappointed him. I told him I had the ability to make my own decisions, and that needed to be respected. He just left. We never talked about it again. Having to tell my own dad that was hard, but I needed to. It solidified for me that you can't live your life the way someone else wants you to. You can't live under someone else's wings. You're your own person with your own thoughts, beliefs, and values. Those are valid and worth expressing. Things with my father are actually better than they were before. I think he realized that just because we're different in some ways doesn't mean I'm actually a completely different person. I'm still the same goober he raised from the ground up, I promise. Now he treats me with a bit more respect and asks my opinions on things instead of just assuming them. I don't know what my worldview is. I've recently accepted the fact that I'm likely to never know, but that's okay because I know my beliefs and my values. I know they're valid and that I have to stand up for them. And you should too. The payoff is totally worth it. Trust me.